Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 9. We will chant from verse 15 to 22.
ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्तो मामुपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम् अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वधाहमहमौषधम् मन्त्रोऽहमहमेवाज्यम् अहमग्निरहं हुतम् पिताहमस्य जगतः माता धाता पितामहः वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कारः ऋक्सामयजुरेव च गतिर्भर्ता प्रभुः साक्षी निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभवः प्रलयस्थानम् निधानं बीजमव्ययम् तपाम्यहमहं वर्षम् निगृह्णाम्युत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सदसच्चाहमर्जुन त्रैविद्या मां सोमपाः पूतपापाः यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देव भोगान् ते तं भुक्त्वा स्वर्गलोकं विशालम् क्षीणे पुण्ये मर्त्यलोकं विशन्ति एवं त्रयी धर्ममनुप्रपन्नाः गतागतं कामकामा लभन्ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
I think last week we covered verse number 15 to 18.
Yes, Amity.
Okay. So just to recap the thought flow from verse number 16 onwards. So in these 4 or 5 verses, Krishna uses first person singular pronoun I to mean supreme reality. And the reason for that is the pluralistic world which we experience, which is made up of different objects and beings, is nothing but one homogeneous reality, which we can't understand right now. It's very difficult. In layman's language, world is nothing but God. And for that, we often give example of dream and a waking state. So the dream world is nothing but waker's mind, one homogeneous mind. So therefore, the pluralistic phenomena of dream is nothing but one mind. No dreamer can understand that as long as he or she is in a dream state. It's not possible. But once the dreamer wakes up from a dream, nothing but you and I, by our own knowledge right now, we understand that the erstwhile dream was nothing but mind, one homogeneous mind. So that's what the thought flow is here. So therefore, Krishna says, I'm in this, I'm in that. So every fiber of this world which we are experiencing is nothing but supreme reality. And similar statement Christ also makes in Bible. In Gospel of John, Christ says, I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. I am the door. I am the good shepherd. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. And I am the true wine. So all these great masters, they are making similar statements. So coming back to verse number 18, the last part I think we could not cover properly last week. See where he says, I am the goal, supporter, Lord, witness, abode, shelter, friend, origin, dissolution, substratum, treasure house, nidhanam, and the imperishable seed, bijam avyayam. So treasure house is quite straightforward to understand, that kingdom of heaven is within you. That infinite peace, infinite bliss, which we all are seeking, either directly or indirectly, it is in the core of our personality, but we don't know that due to ignorance. So therefore, he says it is a treasure house, but we are not aware of that treasure within us. And you have to dive deep into your personality through spiritual practices to get hold of that treasure. I don't know how many of you have seen the movie Count of Monte Cristo or the novel. We all have read that novel, Count of Monte Cristo, long time back. So it's highly philosophical. With this knowledge, you understand. Superficially, if you see, you'll say, "What is he doing?" So he's in prison for years and years. We all are in prison of our own desires and unnecessarily living in darkness. So he meets a guru, his cellmate. So he tells him that there is a treasure buried deep inside the sea, and you can use that treasure. And then he dies, and then he escapes Count of Monte Cristo, whatever his name is. And then he discovers that treasure, and then he does good. So I'm not getting into the detail. But that leap which he takes from the cliff is the key. So we all are not able to take that leap. In a way, we all are attempting to do that, but we are fine in that prison of body, mind, intellect, playing with our desires. So you get a guru, which is nothing but this knowledge, and with this knowledge, you have to take that leap of faith, as it were, into this knowledge. And then you get access to that treasure, which is deep within us. It's not anywhere external, it is deep within our personality. And once you get that treasure, once you get that knowledge, once you understand your true worth, then you become Count of Monte Cristo. I mean, here you become a Count of the universe. That's the power of this knowledge. So it's highly philosophical. So therefore it says Nidhanam. We don't know that kingdom of heaven is within us. And then imperishable seed, I am that imperishable seed, bijam avyayam. See, supreme reality is the primeval cause of the world. That's what it means. Any other cause for an effect, cause has to be destroyed. When seed is destroyed, we get a tree. So that cause is gone, the seed is gone, isn't it? Egg is destroyed, then we get a snake. But in a rope and a snake example, rope is never destroyed. Where there is a rope, anybody can misunderstand that rope as a snake. Millions of snakes may come out of that rope, but that rope remains. It is imperishable. So similarly, supreme reality is always there. Millions and millions of people can misunderstand the supreme reality as a word, which we all are doing. But supreme reality is not destroyed. Even when you apprehend that, it is there. Even when you do not apprehend that, it is there. So in that sense, he says that supreme reality remains. So it's a primeval cause. That cause is never destroyed. So this is what we had covered last week, up to verse number 18. So are we okay? Any doubts? Anything not clear? All right, verse number 19, please.
तपाम्यहमहं वर्षम् निगृह्णाम्युत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सदसच्चाहमर्जुन तपाम्यहमहं वर्षम् निगृह्णाम्युत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सदसच्चाहमर्जुन.
Translation: I give heat, I withhold and send forth rain. I am immortality. Amrutam meaning immortality, as well as death, mrityu. Being and not being, Arjuna. Sat is being, asat is not being. So again, the thought flow continues. So when Krishna says, I give heat, I withhold and send forth rain, see, he is talking about the world is functioning so meticulously. So he's just talking about the process of rain. Imagine if something goes wrong. I mean, all of us will perish. The entire world will perish. So who is controlling, who is managing various aspects of this world? If something goes wrong with the water formula, H2O, we often give this example. I mean, what will happen? I mean, the whole thing will be gone. What if there is no oxygen? The whole world will cease to exist. So there are innumerable laws and laws and laws which are sustaining us. All these laws, they are controlling the world. So who is that ordainer? As if there is an ordainer. So the supreme reality is saying, I am that ordainer. So in that sense, it has to be understood. I am immortality as well as death. Amrutam as well as mrityum. Now, when he talks about death, what is understood is cycle of change. Death is followed by birth, birth is followed by death. Again, the cycle continues. Flower is dead, fruit is born. Fruit is dead, seed is born. Seed is dead, tree is born. So that cycle of birth and death continues. Childhood is dead, teenage is born. Teenage is dead, youth is born. Youth is dead, adult is born. Adult is dead, old age is born. Day is dead, night is born. Night is dead, day is born. Continues. The world is in a flux of a change. So that's what he means. There's a constant change happening. But there is a changeless substratum upon which these changes occur. That's what he means by immortality. Immortality is changeless substratum. Seed is gone, but substratum remains. So therefore, I am death as well as immortality. I am also Sat and Asat. Sat is supreme unmanifest reality. And Asat is manifest world of objects and beings. See, I repeat, Sat is supreme unmanifest reality. Where is God? Where is supreme reality? It is unmanifest. But the manifestation is this world which is made up of objects and beings. Beings are sentient, objects is nothing but matter. It's not sentient, it is insentient. So from unmanifest reality arises this world of objects and beings. Ocean is unmanifest. Waves are manifest. So everything is nothing but supreme reality. So the same thought flow from verse number 16 to 19. So once you understand the concept, rest is quite straightforward. There is no point analyzing this beyond a point. Just understand the principle, the main message, and that's it. Move on to the next concept. So are we okay? Any doubts? Verse number 20, please.
त्रैविद्या मां सोमपाः पूतपापाः यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देवभोगान्.
Translation. The knowers of the three Vedas, drinkers of soma, herbal juice, is all symbolic. Purified of pápas. Oh, sorry, you played only once? Yeah, sorry. Please go ahead.
त्रैविद्या मां सोमपाः पूतपापाः यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देवभोगान्.
Topic 3 starts from verse number 20. One attains what one strives for. So 20 to 28 is topic number 3. So very simple but a very powerful message here. So you have a choice. When he says one attains what one strives for, you have a choice. What is that choice? We all have, every human being has. That either you can pursue the supreme reality or you can pursue the world. So if you pursue world, which is nothing but ignorance, you will get what you want, but you will be caught in the ignorance. But if you choose to pursue supreme reality, eventually you will get to that state. So you have that choice as a human being. So that's what he's going to explain to us in detail. So coming back to the translation, the knowers of the three Vedas, drinkers of soma, purified of pápas, he's talking about people who are ritualistic, but they are good people, unselfish people. They perform these rituals for the welfare of the world. That's what it means. Worshipping me by yajòas, sacrifices, unselfish people. Pray for passage to heaven. They reaching the holy world of the Lord of the gods, enjoy the divine pleasures of the gods in heaven. Now, we've been saying repeatedly in this class, heaven and hell, they are mental states. They are not geographical places. So you need to understand this. And anywhere, either in Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, when they talk about gods in plural, it means worldly goals. There are no gods and goddesses. I think Westerners, they will not have this problem, but most Indians, 99% Indians, they believe that there are 330 million gods and goddesses. There is no such thing. These are concepts. But why bring in such concepts? Somebody may ask, rightly so. See, the reason is when we say that I want to be spiritual, what it means. Somebody is, whatever maybe you're under, I want to be a spiritual person. There's only one common understanding. You go to any faith. What is that common understanding?
I want to reach to the ultimatum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, similarly, follow God.
Mm-hmm.
Connected to God.
You focus on supreme reality as opposed to the world.
Excellent. Focus on supreme reality, God, you can use any word, doesn't matter. So pluck your mind from the world and plant it on supreme reality. It is easier said than done. What's the time right now? 9:55 in the morning. Let's say you go to bed at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. How many times did you think of supreme reality? Don't answer. I mean, I'm just, you must ask yourself what you have been thinking of for this past 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So it's not possible. However interested you may be in your spiritual evolution, you could be a true seeker. It's not that easy to pluck your mind from the world and plant it on God, Lord, or supreme reality. So therefore, what these great masters they have done, they divinized everything in the world. Wherever our mind goes, they planted gods and goddesses. So therefore, 330 million, meaning infinite. Wherever our mind goes, they planted gods and goddesses. So the idea is, the psychology is, touch of divinity is given to our worldly pursuits indirectly. It is for the beginners. You may use it, but then you need to get to the crux of it by using your intellect. And with knowledge, with your efforts, with your spiritual practices, the thought flow has to shift from the world to the supreme reality. But it helps. So therefore, gods and goddesses of Hindu faith, they symbolize worldly goals. They are not personalities, they are concepts. So that's what he means. So when he says those who are following gods, meaning those who follow worldly goals, but they are unselfish people. That's the whole point in verse number 20 and 21. See, in fact, there are three types of human pursuits. The first is self-centered people. He's not even talking about them. It's not worth mentioning. And most people, they are selfish. The entire focus is on fulfilling their ego and egocentric desires. Me, my family, that's it. They cannot go beyond that small concentric circles. So as a result, they are disturbed people. They remain disturbed, full of worry, anxiety, stress. So mental agitations are caused by your own self-centeredness. Nothing external can produce disturbance, stress, worry, anxiety, conflicts. It's all internal. And when that happens, when you are selfish, so no self-centered person can be happy. You may blame everybody, but the law does not change. So he's not talking about such people. He is talking about unselfish people. It's all symbolic. So these people, unselfish people, they are good people. In family, they will not think about themselves. Their focus is on doing their duties. I mean, we come across such people. Workplace, they genuinely think about their organization. Somebody may be in politics. He genuinely thinks about what can I do for my county, for my nation. So they have higher ideal. Unselfish people, they have higher ideal. Therefore, they are relatively peaceful, as opposed to self-centered people who are highly disturbed people. So unselfish people are peaceful. They're relatively peaceful lot. But both are pursuing terrestrial goals. This is what you need to understand. Selfish people, they are doing it for themselves. Unselfish people, they're doing it for others. That genuinely they care for their family, their society, the community, nation, humanity, etc. So what is telling us here, coming back to the main point. So any unselfish pursuit earns you relative bliss. No doubt you're peaceful, but that peace, that bliss is temporary, it's not permanent. So the word punya means heaven, meaning you're in that state, you are a happy person, relatively speaking, as opposed to self-centered person who is in hell, papa. So any unselfish pursuit earns you relative bliss, meaning you are peaceful. But that peace, that bliss is temporary. Number one, you remain entangled in the world. Yes, your direction of your desires, they have changed, but you remain very much caught up in the world. And you are subject to reincarnation because your desires are there. Though you're unselfish, your actions, they are backed by desires. You get the point? And any desire-ridden action will produce more desires. If your desires are selfish, it will produce more selfish desires. If your desires are unselfish, it will produce unselfish desires. But if you do desireless actions, then it will not produce any more desires. So here he is talking about people who are unselfish. They have desires, no doubt, but their desires are pure, relatively speaking. They genuinely, they want to help others, community, society, or whatever. So price which they pay, the effect of such unselfish actions is you are a peaceful person, far more peaceful compared to self-centered person. But that peace is temporary. This is what you need to understand. And when your desires are not fulfilled, you will be affected. I often give this example of a gentleman I meet him once or twice a year. And each time he says the same thing. Amit, what should I do? I think last year he said, last few days I'm having sleepless nights. And I know he's a good man. There's no problem at home, there is nothing. So the reason is people are not supporting the NGO which he's heading. And he's not doing it for himself. I know him personally. Well, there's a NGO of engineers, and he wants to promote knowledge of engineering. So there are a lot of volunteers and all that, and he heads that. It's an international thing. And so I ask him each time, what happened? What happened? People are not following. The support is not coming the way it should come. Are you with me? So when your desires are not fulfilled, when people do not subscribe to your views, you will be affected. But compared to other people, compared to self-centered people, you are far more peaceful. So you will enjoy temporary peace, but you will not get moksha. You will not get liberation. So, and same thing is talking about, from different angles, devotional angle as well as intellectual angle. So there are people who do rituals for unselfish reasons. See, for example, we all get together and we do some ritual. We're not going to do, I'm just giving you an example, break coconut or light candles and all that, that let us make a vow so that we can spread the knowledge of Vedanta in Michigan. I think the whole world will be impressed with that. And I'm not saying it's a negative action, but it's a desire-ridden action. Then all the time we'll be looking at the screen. What is the population of Michigan? I don't know. 1 million? 1 million, for argument's sake. Why only 72 people are attending? So my attention, your attention will not be on the talk. It will be on the how many people log in, how many people, And the day we see 350 people, New York class, they get 350, 380 people. There'll be competition. Oh, New Jersey, they're getting 350. Michigan, why only 72 people? See, it's a good, though we are good, we mean good, but will be tossed by desires. So he's talking about people who perform rituals for unselfish reasons. And they do it with dedication. Number one. Number two, also he's talking about people who approach scriptures superficially, relatively superficially. You understand the importance of this knowledge. And if I get this knowledge, maybe I can apply it in my life. My relationships will be smooth. Maybe my job also, I'll be able to get along with others. I'll become more productive. Again, for unselfish reasons, not for selfish reasons. So you will get it. This is what he's saying. You will enjoy that heaven, but also you'll be back to square one. Why back to square one? Because your actions are desire-ridden. Any desire-ridden action will produce more desires. This is a law of life. So therefore, Krishna is educating us. What is the education? See, selfish is out. It's out of discussion. We are talking about unselfish. Verse number 20, 21, they are talking about unselfish. If you are unselfish, if you are higher ideal, this is what you get. You get temporary bliss. You're a good person. There is no doubt about that. But what is the education here? If you understand this, you understand the thought flow. Verse number 22 is going to give us a very powerful message. So what is the education?
Be a selfless.
Mhm.
Do selfless action.
Work towards unselfish desires. And even that desireless, potentially, if you know what that is.
Mhm.
See what that is.
Anyone else? Radha, there's a courier I have to take. Can you just read the translation, please?
Yes, Amitji. Yes, Amitji. The third topic, covering verses 20 to 28, explains how each person gains whatever he strives for. It describes the three types of human pursuits: selfish, unselfish, and selfless. Selfish people go about in the world merely satisfying their egocentric desires. They remain mentally ever agitated and sorrow ridden. The unselfish pursue a higher goal and gain mental peace and happiness in their lives. The selfless seek the supreme self alone. Those rare ones gain the eternal bliss of self realization. The first category of selfish pursuits is known to mankind. Hence, verses 20 and 21 begin with the second category of unselfish pursuits. The meritorious deeds of unselfish pursuers provide them with heavenly happiness for a period only to return them to the mundane world. These verses ridicule unintelligent worship, where seekers use religion for gaining limited goals in life. Such worshippers follow the letter and not the spirit of the scripture. They learn the three Vedas, the highest spiritual literature, without really absorbing its essence. As a result, they relegate religion to mechanical rituals. Drinking soma juice symbolizes the conclusion of the ritual yajna. A yajna purifies the performer of his sins, relieving his mental agitations. He reaches heaven, the world of Indra, the lord of the gods. Therein he enjoys peace and happiness earned by his meritorious deed. The word papa means sin. Sin signifies mental agitation caused by negative action. An action per se cannot be classified as sinful. Only when it produces a negative reaction of regret and remorse, a mental agitation, then the action becomes sinful. It produces papa. But an action performed for a higher cause benefiting the society produces meritorious results called punya. Punya signifies beneficial effects of a good action. Punya transports a person to heaven to enjoy its divine pleasures.
Thanks. So if you read Swamiji's commentary, everything is explained. But again, coming back, see, self-centeredness, there is no point to discuss in this classroom. We all understand. But what we have been saying so far from time to time, that you have to have a higher ideal in life. If you cannot conceive of supreme reality, state of desirelessness, at least begin by identifying with others in whatever you're doing. Now, here he is cautioning us that don't get caught up. Yes, you may start with that, but if you get caught up there, you'll be still pegged to the terrestrial world. And hardly anybody understands that. See, if you talk to anybody, people who are genuine and sincere, maximum they can think of is doing good for the world, whatever the cause is. So he's not saying don't do that. But if you get caught up in that, if you do it with desire, though it is good desire, still it is desired in action. So you'll be pinned down to the terrestrial world. So raise the bar. Yes, from selfish, you must put efforts to become unselfish. There is no doubt about that. But don't be complacent with unselfishness. So you need to go to the next state of desirelessness. So therefore, there are three pursuits: self-centered, unselfish, and selfless. So verse number 21, he continues the thought flow.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Here it says the word papa means they do the sinful act, but action is sinless. When they feel the regret and remorse and a mental agitation, then only it will be sinful.
Where are you reading from?
The last paragraph, what Radhaji just read it, the last paragraph, the word papa means sin. In that it says, as action per se cannot be classified as a sinful, even though that is done for harming somebody. But that's what I understood. Only when it produces a negative reaction of regret and remorse, a mental agitation, then the action becomes sinful. So my question is that if person is doing something wrong and not feeling anything,
So is
so
it
no
not, is it a
regret
sinful
or
action?
remorse, remorse or anything, it just did the sinful action. So because the action per se cannot be classified as sinful action. So even if he don't feel that, don't it be a sinful action?
See, that's the whole point. Then there will be a list of actions which are negative, there are actions which are positive, isn't it? And
Yeah.
just follow the list. This is right action, this is wrong action, this is righteous action, there is unrighteous action. It is intention behind the action which makes it either positive or negative.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
for example, a carnivore is destroying all the time his whole life. Some of these documentaries is difficult to see for us, and how they play with baby deers. They're so cute, you know. Yesterday evening only I saw three, so therefore it is in my memory. Fawns, you know, with like white dots. And they're chasing each other, and a mother is watching from a hilltop, you know. Fascinating to see her. Wherever the baby deers are running, her head is turning. Like this, she is watching. I mean, it's so cute they are. And then they got tired and they were panting. We all seen dogs doing that, but baby deer, first time in my life I saw that. So tiger could be watching from a distance. There are so many documentaries. So they catch that baby deer, they play with it, and in the end they kill it. So whole life carnivore is destroying, 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 destroying. But there are no mental agitations in them. I'm magnifying so that, and it's a true example. So you cannot say tiger or tigress, they are committing a sin. According to you and me, it is a sinful action, but not according to them, because there is no remorse, there is no regret. Now you apply the same principle to human being. And there are people who feel no remorse at all. There's so many crime documentaries, you know, hardcore criminals I'm talking about, like serial killers. Absolutely, there is no remorse. It's carnivore in a human form. That's about all. So as far as he or she is concerned, it is not a sinful action because there are no mental agitation, there is no remorse, there is no regret. But if you feel remorse, if you regret, if you do something you regret, as far as you are concerned, it is a sinful action, meaning it bothers you. So it depends on your state of evolution. So not evolved at all is almost like an animal. So therefore I gave that example. Absolutely no, there are people in human history who have committed genocides and absolutely no remorse. You know, even in their trials, absolutely no remorse. But you and I may hurt an ant and may feel guilty, you know. So it depends on how evolved you are. So that's the concept. So can't
Thank you.
go by what agitates you. The whole world should, everybody is at a different level of evolution. So therefore, it says only when action bounces back on you as remorse or regret, mental agitations, oh my God, what did I do? Then definitely it is a sinful action. So you have to be careful.
So I have a follow-up question on this.
Yeah, please.
It's not the
Who's the
dharma
question?
of
The questioner? I don't see.
I'm Shan.
Yeah, Shan. Yeah.
So the dharma, it is not the dharma of us as humans to behave like a serial killer. So it's again, though you have a remorse or not, since it is not our dharma, so we are doing sin whether we know it or not. That's what my question is.
No, according to who? You're saying everybody should be highly spiritual evolved, identify with each other, there has to be feeling of oneness. No, even in human being, there is a range. Good many people, they are at a level of an animal, you know. Absolutely, there is no remorse. It's not that just I understand that only a human being has that potential, but do we have that potential in us? Have we tapped that potential? So there is a range. On a scale of 1 to 10, there are people, there are human beings who are almost like that of an animal, maybe 5% growth or whatever. Then there are people who are relatively more evolved. So it depends on your spiritual evolution. What you are saying, you're making a blanket statement. Every human being is highly evolved. So therefore, whatever negativity we do, there should be remorse. Now again, don't take it personally, Shauna. I mean, nothing should be taken personally. Do you drive a car?
Yes, I do.
I mean, it's an absurd question. You live in America. How can you not drive a car? Your car seats are leather seats or cloth seats?
It's leather heated.
Do you want me to explain this question? For me, again, don't take it personally. It will be like sitting on a dead animal, skin of a dead animal. But let's say I'm driving car with leather seats, wearing leather shoes, and I'm happy. I'm flaunting my. Have you seen like the Napa leather? How beautiful it is. A person who is evolved, he will reject the car because it has leather seats. Swamiji has been offered Rolls Royce at least, I don't know, 20 times. People, they want to gift him. Swamiji, how can you not have Rolls Royce? How can you not have Rolls Royce? 20, 25 years back, few devotees, they took him to Rolls Royce showroom in Bombay. And they were ordering, okay, customize this, that. And about the seats, they said, no, leather seats cannot be customized. You have to, if you want to buy Rolls Royce, you have to buy with leather seats. So Swamiji said no. So the owner himself had come. So he asked Swamiji, so just because Rolls Royce has leather seats, you mean you will reject Rolls Royce? Swamiji said yes. I'm giving an example, right? So one person, leather seats does not make any difference. Let's say I'm that person. Another person, oh my God, I don't know, very Jigar. Are you there, Jigar?
Yes, Swamiji.
For summer, I want good sandals with a back strap because with chappal, slippers, while driving it slips. Ask Jigar what difficulty we are going through. Ask him.
Yeah, almost 1 week into research. Very difficult to find backstrap vegan sandals.
Shan, you get my point. I mean, I'm giving you examples from day-to-day life. if I say everybody should wear vegan shoes, everybody should have vegan thing, I'm making a blanket statement. To me, Jigar, maybe I don't know. Like it's like, oof, it's a sinful action. How can we? But there are people who are comfortable. So therefore, we cannot make that blanket statement. I understand your question. It's a very good question. Ideally, any negative action, our conscience should prick. If everybody's conscience pricks, it will be heaven on earth. Billions and billions of animals are slaughtered every week mercilessly. We are absolutely, there's no regret. There are no mental agitations. If my conscience breaks, your conscience breaks, what will happen to these animals? Every animal will be saved on planet Earth. So what you are saying is utopia. So therefore, we cannot judge another person by his action. This is where we understand with this knowledge. We understand that what carnivore is doing is not is a stable action, but we understand that's his or her level. So similarly, there are people who are almost at that level. That's the way it is. Are you okay, Shan?
Yeah, yes. Thank you so much for making me realize.
So I have one
Amiji?
more question follow up.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Go
can
ahead.
have two more questions. Yeah, please. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, the thing is that, like leather thing, as you gave the example. So naturally, we are careful about not buying a new one, but still we have some of the things. But it is again cause and effect. If I'm using that thing, yes, now I know more, I don't like, but still it will produce the effect.
Still it will go to?
It will produce the effect. It is a cause and effect, what I do.
No, see, that's where the confusion is. What is your intention?
Now,
So, as far as you are concerned, you're not committing a sin, but I understand your question. So, you will continue with that frame of mind. Like carnivore will continue with that frame of mind for the rest of its life. So, there is no moksha from that particular birth. I mean, tiger will never become a peaceful tiger. You know, carnivore will never become a loving how our dogs and cats are. Anybody comes home, start jumping, licking. It's not possible. So that's the price it is paying. That's the effect. But you can't say it's committing sin. So there are two different things here. Yes, effect is there. What is the effect? You will continue with that frame of mind. Not peaceful, afraid. What will, the moment you're destructive, you're afraid. What will happen to me? So that effect, yes, definitely you will continue to pay. That's the effect. But it's not a sin. Sin is when you intentionally do something, when you're aware. If you're not aware, then that's not your level of growth. So therefore, I'm giving all these examples. Where we are aware, yes. So therefore, that Shan is a great question. Leather, am I aware I'm using leather? And I'm absolutely peaceful. You see what I'm saying? So these examples, they go to prove that it's not a blanket statement. Depends on your growth, your evolution. Think about it. I mean, it's a simple concept.
Thank you.
Clear? Concept is clear to everybody? All right. So where were we?
21 verse.
Yeah. Oh, it's time up. Anyway, let's read the translation. So, they having enjoyed that vast world of heaven, their merit exhausted, enter the world of mortals. Thus, abiding by the injunctions of the three Vedas, desiring objects of desires, they attain the state of going and coming. So the thought flow continues. So, in case of unselfish desires, when you have higher ideals, no doubt you're enjoying the fruit of your action, which is peace. You're a relatively peaceful person, but still you'll be subject to the cycle of birth and death, reincarnation. Now, again, there are two ways of understanding. You will be affected by ups and downs of life. So already I gave example of that gentleman from New York. When people, they follow Vedanta, when they support Vedanta, you're happy. When they don't, it can bother you because it's a desire-ridden action. So one time you're happy, another time you're not happy. That's the price you pay. And also, since it is a desire-ridden action, you'll be born again and again. Desire is a cause, birth is the effect. And life itself means pain, whether you like it or not. Till 40, 45, 50, everything functions smoothly, relatively speaking. After that, all the worries, they start coming. What is my cholesterol? What is my sugar? What is my this? What is my that? I mean, yes, you can take care to an extent. You should. But eventually, it is going to catch up with you. So life itself means pain and suffering. So why you want to go through pain and suffering over and over again? So that's the price we pay. Desire is the cause, birth is the effect. But only when you function desirelessly, your journey is smooth and you reach the ultimate goal. That's the beauty. With unselfish action, no doubt you're a peaceful person compared to others. But your journey is not that smooth if you really understand ups and downs of life. And also you are caught up in other areas of life. You may be a good person, but it could be anything. Maybe some problem at home. I mean, it may shake you up, you know. You don't have that capacity to deal with it. Or it could be some problem at work. Again, you can get a solid jolt in your life. So you don't enjoy consistent bliss. That's the message. So what we are enjoying is not akhanda ananda. Akhanda means consistent. Ananda is bliss. Our bliss is punctuated by joy and sorrow. Joy is punctuated by sorrow. Sorrow is punctuated by joy. Selfish people throughout life is hell on earth. Antidepressants and whatnot. So we're not getting into that discussion. So compared to that, I would say most of us, all of us are peaceful lot. But can you say that you are enjoying akhanda ananda, consistent bliss? Find out. Don't give answer right now. But you're a good person also. You know, I mean, don't be disappointed. You know, I mean, all of us are good people, but it's not enough. So that's the message. Verse number 20, 21, and then 22 is a very famous verse which we'll do next week. It's a geometric center of Bhagavad Gita. There are 701 verses, so this verse is central. It's a rare occasion where Lord gives that promise to the humanity. I will give you yoga, I will give you kshema. Don't worry. You know, it's a Lord's promise. So what it means, we'll find out next week. So there's a quick announcement from from September 7 to September 11. We are having online annual lecture series on Bhagavad Gita by Sunandaji. It used to be in-person event, but after COVID, it is happening online, where she will explain briefly chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita. It's a 5-day lecture series. So all of you will receive an email this week, Vijay. I think Tuesday or Wednesday you will receive email. So you can register, you will get a link to watch lectures and all that. And also feel free to share that email with others. See, because in 4 days or 5 days, you get a glimpse of the whole chapter. Study class is meant for sincere seekers. And incidentally, we'll be doing chapter 10, maybe within 3 to 4 weeks. But it's a different approach altogether. I mean, it will take us maybe, I don't know, like 12 lectures, 15 lectures. But in 5 days, you get a bird's eye view of a chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So please share that information with your friends and families. And Radha?
Hari Om. The 7-part lecture series on Ishavasya Upanishad started last week with an introductory lecture on the Upanishad. The Ishavasya Upanishad starts tomorrow from Mantra 1. You will receive the recording of the first lecture if you have missed it with the Zoom link email. For those who have not registered yet and would like to attend, you can register and start the Upanishad tomorrow. Do share the registration link with anyone who may be interested. We have this unique opportunity of listening to an Upanishad in person. The local residents of Metro Detroit region are welcome to attend this class in Troy, Michigan for one or more of the 6 sessions. Do contact us via study class email for the location details.
Thank you. So I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Amit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amit ji.
Thank
Have a
you.
good
Hari
day.
Om.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit ji.
Bye, everybody.